Hello. In introducing this video, I'm going to say that I studied quite a bit about the subject, as I usually do, to make sure that my video isn't redundant or that there's something that somebody said better than I feel I'm capable of. And I just like, why waste my time? So I studied logical fallacies and videos by that name, and it was very sad for me and upsetting, because videos by that name, which is a very important intellectual, intelligent subject, maybe got a few thousand hits, and then the Kardashians get hundreds or millions, 50 million hits or something like that, and any 2-bit rap star gets 20 million hits and stuff like that. So it's like sad that people don't care, and people are just not as intelligent as we claim that we are. We're not that smart of a species, obviously, but in spite of that, I'm making another video, my first video on logical fallacies, because in the age of fake news and how people just go off on this stuff, like this Pizzagate, somebody walks into the goddamn pizza joint looking for pedophiles and stuff and fires off a gun inside there. Now he's in prison for 4 years. So duh, people just fall for this stuff because they really don't know how to think or research. And logical fallacies is a way that you can think about your own thoughts and also think about what people are telling you to judge what you really think, rather than what the people that are trying to get you to follow them. And this is very common in politics, because they'll use a very common logical fallacy that's called ad hominem, and that means attack the person rather than the argument. And there's all these commercials. Did you know that Joe the Democrat is a bad person? You should not vote for, or something like that. Duh! It's just like, and people fall for that stuff all the time, and it seems like they want to or can't help but think on an emotional level, so that if somebody can explain something to them, like in spite of a woman being raped or something like that and be made pregnant or whatever other, all the particularities go, any abortion is killing a baby. And so then they get, you baby killer, and they just go on and on about that, and then boom, they're a Republican, no matter what. If it's war, or if it's like give billionaires tax breaks, or outright give billionaires and bankers money, just because that the Democrats are for woman's choice, and that is killing babies. So anyway, now let's go through it here a little bit. I'm going to be looking at this and kind of reading off of it, and then when it gets to one of them, I'll put the words on the internet, or I hope to put, the words onto the video so they appear on the internet as I'm talking, so you can actually see what I'm reading here. And then there's fallacies. Logical fallacies of distraction is a group. There's this here paper that I found on constitution.org, that these guys did this research. They have it broken down into categories of them. And their first one is fallacies of distraction. And one of them is called a false dichotomy. And that's like a false dilemma. And that one of the common false dilemmas is that you only have two choices. So either you believe in God or you're for Satan. Or either you're black or you're white. And you know, there's no mixed race here or anything. It's all just black or white, which is wrong, because even if I'm like white, I'm a Scandinavian Germanic, to put it short. I'm Dutch, French, Belgian, German, Swedish, English, and Polish as far as what I know. I've never had the genetic testing done, but that's, you know, it's a little more complex just being white. I will never fill out the papers on that just saying white. And I don't think a person of color or whatever, African American, should have to be called black. What are you? I'm black. Get out. That black is my goddamn shirt. And there is no darkest African American is not as dark as, they're not black. They're kind of dark brown. Some of them, I've met some pretty nice ones that are really dark, but they're not black. None of them are. And I'm not white. White is like the snow outside, and it's kind of bluish in the sunset right now, so it's not even white there. Look at my face compared to the outside. It's not white. I'm not white. All right? Get it? So, well, I'm going to go on too long on these things, so I have to get down. Another one that I really like, that you can see all the time, that the NRA is really big on, and it's called the slippery slope. And that claim is that any small concession is total surrender. So that, like, if they make a law against 18-year-olds having bump stocks, the next thing you know, the same instant, they are going to come to your house, the police are going to be right there and arrest you and take the BB gun your grandpa gave you when you were 12 years old, because that's how it is. You know, it's like fake. It's a lie. It's used to get people all hyped up and all excited and get on their side. It's all that it is. Give me money. Be on my side. I am with the NRA and I'm protecting your Second Amendment rights. Get out, you know. They're not. It's stupid. It's evil. So there's one here. I like the name of it. Kafka trapping. Accusing someone of something that can't be falsified, then taking protestations of innocent as confirmation of guilt. You're like, oh, yeah, I heard that what it is. You're trying to say you're innocent? Boom! Then that's proof you're guilty. Like the witch one, the Salem witch hunt massacre. Boil them. If they float, they're guilty. You know, it's like pretty darn bad. You know, it is not logical to do these things. It's mean and it's stupid, and people fall for it, and then our society is worsened. All the whole human race is worsened by people not recognizing logical fallacies and calling people on them. So, okay, now we're going to speed this up a little bit, and we have, like the first one was fallacies of distraction. The next one is appeals to emotion instead of fact or logic, and that they kind of mix together, because that slippery slope, they combine that with fear of losing your guns to this New World Order, or the whatever you call it, what is that government that they like to say? The shadow government or some other crap like that. Yeah. It's bad enough that there are a bunch of greedy scumbags in Washington, the Demolicans and the Republicrats. They make way more money than the average person on their salary, and besides that, then their campaign funds, they just take in money to beat heck. It dwarfs their salary. They only make like less than $200,000 a year, but they some of them take in $5 million in campaign funds. So it's bullshit. And it's important. This logical fallacy is really important when it comes to politics, because they use this stuff against you all the time. And so they'll use fear to get you, like, you know, they'll be coming to your house next if you don't keep bump stocks legal. Stuff like that. And then to pity, oh, the poor person over there, oh, we have to do this because they don't deserve to be going to jail for being a child molester. Oh, okay, wait a second. No, put them in jail. God, don't fall for that. And envy. That person is a billionaire and they never worked a day in their life. That's usually kind of true. I could almost say that. But wait a second. Some of them did invent things and then work hard and get to be millionaires. Some people, I know a couple of millionaire people that I really respect. They worked really hard. They give a lot of other people's jobs. And they're not really that rich because all of their millions are involved in their company. And, you know, it's not like they can go to take a vacation in Tahiti or something and have just tons of money available. It's all tied up in their business. So you can't classify everybody into one group. You know, that's a prejudice and a bias. You know, and I've said a lot of stuff about Jewish people. They're not all billionaire bankers that have a private monopoly over the monetary system. A lot of them are very nice people and very intellectual. Some of them are Down syndrome babies. Could be born to Jewish people. You know, come on. You can't judge them all the same, which is very common on the internet, that people will, you know, hate on any race or ethnic background. And then pride is another one. Pride. And then, you know, like, if you, I can't even make one of them, it's making me laugh. Pride. Well, I'm so damn prideful that I'm gonna act stupid. You know, that's about how dumb some of that stuff is. And then they all appeal to hatred. This is, them damn Mexicans, you know, they pick your vegetables, but the farmer ends up charging you for them picking your vegetables, and then that's a bad thing. Don't eat your vegetables, all right? Because you better hate the Mexicans and not give them a job. You know, it goes on and on like that. And hope, appeal to false hope. Prejudicial language, so that kind of fits in. And bandwagon. Come on, everybody's doing it. You better do it too. You know, you better be if you sit over there by yourself and don't join on this Trump bandwagon, then you're going to be out of luck. Or something. I like that one. That's a good one there. And then fallacy of authority, that's the same, that they kind of mix together, because then, well, Trump's president, he must be right. You know, he must know what he's talking about. Besides being president, he's a billionaire. So then you know that he is right. Even when he's lying, he's right. You know, he can go out on the Wall Street and shoot somebody dead, and he could still get your vote because he's right. Hillary is almost as bad. She said some stupid stuff too. You know, so it's not, I don't want to just pick on this Trump, though I really don't like. I think he's really disgusting. And, you know, so authority and people in recognition, people are going to believe them because of that rather than investigate what the person of authority is going to say. Bingo, you lose, man. You were wrong. You got used by a propagandist, and you're done. It's that easy to slip and slide down into following stupid stuff. And then changing the subject, that's like another, that's ad hominem fits into that too, because then, and then saying like any kind of an argument, you just attack a person. He says, like I'd say, or somebody says, I think Hillary is smarter than Donald Trump. And then you say, you're so stupid. Where'd you go to school in kindergarten? Trump is great, and you're dumb. And then wait a second, they didn't say anything of what college they went to, or any points that either Trump or Hillary made that were more sense or proven to be factual, in thinking that maybe they'd be a better way for the country to go. No, none of that. Just, you're stupid. And see here, that is changing the subject. You know, attacking the person. That's attacking the authority, claiming that the authority is not an expert in the field. You know, is something you can do. No, they're not an expert. They're not a real expert. The earth is flat, and anybody that's a scientist, they've never looked at the earth and realized that it's flat. You know, they're that stupid. They're just like educated idiots. They can't even, like, look it out there. There's the lake. Look at this horizon. It's flat, dude. You know? No, I don't believe it, but that's about how stupid that some people are. And then other people will believe an argument like that. Since the horizon is flat, the earth is flat. That's it. That you've been lied to. No, they're ignorant. And then, let's see here. Let's get this done. Statistical argument, making generalizations instead of adding other information, like, you know, like cars. Every car can go 100 miles an hour. Well, maybe some of them can't. Maybe a Chevy can, or all dogs have 4 legs. Well, this one dog got run over by a car, and one of its front legs got chopped off. So then it's like, what's his name? Brandy, I think they call that dog at this bar where I bartended. Brandy. Brandy would come in, limping in on 3 legs. Boom! All dogs don't have 4 legs. It just happened. It's sad, but that's true. And then syllogism. That's like that fits into the last one that I was talking about, because let's see, dogs, they have 4 legs, and then mammals, animals, all mammals, maybe, I don't have 4 legs, so then it's true that dogs have 4 legs, except for Brandy, has 3 legs, got 1 chopped off. Oh well. Then what else is there? Fallacies and explanation. They explain the phenomenon, and it really doesn't exist. Like, okay, I got this shirt on from the Sierra Fire Department by Area 51. So right now, I know that there is an alien watching me because I have this shirt on. Oh, logical fallacy. Hey, do you believe me? Okay. Well, we're getting about to the end of this here now. And also, I want to tell you to look into a few videos, and I think I'll try and put part of a video and give them credit for it about about Trump. I admit it, I think he's a loser, but and I don't hate you and I don't expect you to hate me because I don't really like Trump, but this guy made this video about 15 logical fallacies that Trump spoke of when he was running for president in 3 minutes. So if people would have known this then, they could know he's a bullshitter. he's all for the money, and he'll say anything that he can to get in there, and it's all bullshit. So I'm going to put a little bit of this and introduce that guy's video, because he really explains this a lot faster than me. It's like, I think, oh, it's a 20-minute video too, so I guess to really get through this and give a lot of examples of it are good. And then proof by aesthetics. Oh, that's so much more pleasing than the other one. So it must be right, because look at her rump. It just curves so good. And those boobies on her. It's got to be right. Hey, honey, you're right. Okay. You know, that's a combination of a few logical fallacies right there. And then they give proof by oral tradition. So instead of you know, some archaeological discovery, there'll be something like, I love native culture, but they have a mythical character by the name of Winnebago, and he's a trickster, and he's kind of like Murphy's Law. You know, it's just somebody there just to mess with you. You know, you're trying to do the right thing, boop, and it fails, and so that would be an oral tradition. And I don't know if the natives, when I was taking native culture classes, they didn't, you know, they called it a mythical character, but it's a beautiful legend, and it does match our Murphy's Law of the trickster and things going wrong for no reason other than there's this tricker spirit. And it's not true, but I like it because it's, even if I know it's a fallacy, it's kind of something that I'll talk about knowing that it's a myth, because it's kind of like an art of language and talking. Well, I guess that's about it. And thank you for watching. This is one of my longer videos and talks, and I hope you enjoy it. Good evening.